My name is Raz Navari, and this is Excellence. The topic of today's video is why CSS aspirants fail in English. That is a big problem for the students that they are unable to get through. 90% students, over 90% students fail in CSS English. That is a big problem for the students. Why do they fail? Sometimes 92%, sometimes overall result is 97%, 96%. So it means there are only 2%, 3%, and 4% students they get through this exam. 97, 98, 96% students they cannot qualify. This is a dismal performance. It raises a question mark on universities, schools, colleges, and teachers, and overall standard of education. So I'll be more specific about English because majority of the students, most of them, they fail in English. What are the reasons? Well, English, there are two papers. One is Tracy and Composition, and the other one is essay paper. In these two papers, 90% students, they cannot clear CSS exam because of these two papers. So English is the main problem for the students. Why do they fail? Well, there are some reasons. First reason is poor expression. Students cannot develop English style. They cannot develop style of writing. They cannot develop expression. So their expression is poor. Like their sentences are short. Their sentences should be 18 words, 20 words, 22 words. They should be able to write simple, compound, and especially complex sentences. They cannot. They should give variety in mechanics or grammar. That is, they should use different tenses with skill, but they can't. So poor expression is one problem. Second is weak grammar, syntax and morphology. Grammar is of two types. Number one, grammar of sentence. Number two, grammar of words. Students, they have problem in their grammar, like use of article, there are mistakes. Subject-verb agreement, there are mistakes. Form of noun, verb, adjective, they cannot write like third degree of adjective. We have to use the before it. Somebody's second degree, we use than after second degree, mostly, not always. Similarly, a, and the. So they have problem in grammar, and that is another big problem that they have to work on weak. So their grammar is weak, so that's why they cannot qualify. And next problem is lexical resource, that is vocabulary. Students don't have enough resource of vocabulary. They don't have enough words. So they repeat those words and sometimes they misuse those words. They cannot use them appropriately. So this improper usage of vocabulary causes failure. Use of wrong words where they should not use those, where they use those words, like appropriate use of words. Similarly, in essay and Tracy paper, in essay, there are a lot of reasons why students, usually like the most important reason is they cannot understand the crux of the matter. If they are good at English, but still if they fail, it means that they go off topic. They don't understand the topic. In Tracy and Composition paper, question number one is synonyms and antonyms. They must have enough knowledge of words. Question number two is Tracy. Tracy writing, you need to understand the passage and you will have to write that into 1/3 in your own words in continuous writing in the third person in the past tense. And usually students, and without no use of direct speech. So these are some of the problems with Tracy. Comprehension, you have to give specifically to the point answers of questions which are given. Question number 4, 5, and 6 are about direct and indirect punctuation, corrections, prepositions, analogies, pair of words, phrasal verbs, idioms, punctuation, like these. So here you must have a fairly good command of English, grammar, vocabulary, punctuation, corrections. Only then you can get through. Similarly, the question number 7 is translation. So you must be able to translate a paragraph of Urdu into English, where you should have proper grammatical structures, vocabulary, and overall expression, understanding the essence of that paragraph. So these are some of the problems why they fail. So basic and composition paper, you'll have to deal with it question-wise. Essay paper, that is overall, number one problem is crux of the topic. They don't understand the topic. And then there are other conventions of essay writing which students usually don't uh, follow. Lack of continuity is another problem. Similarly, students, idioms, synonyms, pair of words, they don't have enough knowledge. And students take English lightly. They think that they'll be able to get through. And they don't practice writing. Like Gracie, every day you should practice reading comprehension. They don't practice translation. They don't practice essay writing. They don't practice. They don't mock exam. They should take mock exam. They should get their essays checked, but they don't. And they don't prepare well, and they cannot answer the questions. Like Gracie is different, reading comprehension is different, translation is different, essay writing is different, and students don't have proper guidance. Like school system, students don't prepare well. In college, they just cram things. In universities now, usually students don't take English seriously, and they focus on their own subjects. And last point is, what happens when students don't know how to write an essay, how to write Gracie? They make blunders. And the first blunder is they don't know how to attempt it. Second is their language and expression. Third is their vocabulary. Fourth is the grammar. So in this way, overall, they don't know what to write and how to write. And that is what causes failure. And that's why most of the students, they fail in English. So if you work consistently, if you understand the topics, the questions, and then you prepare purposefully, and then you attend these papers with a positive mental attitude, I hope everybody can get through. Thank you very much. Wish you best of luck.